Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another Future World conversation. Today's topic is really interesting. AI is moving so fast, but what's even more interesting is what's happening behind the scenes. As companies rush to build and deploy AI, one big question comes up: Can we trust this? Can we approve this? Can we scale this safely? That's where the AI governance comes in, and it's quickly becoming one of the most important and fastest growing career spaces in AI today. What makes this exciting is this isn't just for engineers. This sits in the intersection of product, risk, compliance, security, and operations, and which means many of us already have pieces of this puzzle. And that's exactly why we host conversations like this through Future World Conversations and an initiative by Future World Alliance, where we bring practical, timely AI topics to the community so that people can better understand where the world is moving and how they can move with it. We are excited to have with us today Niharika Srivastav, who brings 25 years of experience bridging AI innovation and compliance across organizations. She continues the impact as managing director of Drishti Foundation, empowering over 300,000 rural women entrepreneurs with AI and digital tools. Niharika, we are so glad for you to have lead this session for us today. Thank you so much and welcome. Over to you.
Thank you, Padma. Thanks for the beautiful introduction and thanks for having me. Yeah, and as you said, that AI governance is definitely the fastest growing field, and that's what we are going to dive into today. I'll share my screen. And thanks to Future World for the awesome job you are doing. Okay, so we're talking about breaking into AI governance, but we have to first find out what exactly that role is, what are the skills required, and what are the real opportunities. The first good news is that it is the most in-demand role for sure right now in the AI field. And the second good news is that no coding is required. Yes, so you can get into AI, the exciting field of AI, even if you don't know coding or even if you don't like coding. So what are we going to cover today? First, we'll talk about AI and why it needs governance. Second, we'll talk about the various roles in this field. Third, we'll dive into the skills you need and any transferable skills if you have from your previous job, how that can help. And fourth, we'll talk about the action plan is what you can do to start building those skills. We all know, as Padma said, that AI is moving at a lightning speed. It's moving definitely faster, way faster than the regulations. Like AI deploys 10x faster than what we can keep up with. And only the agentic AI market is growing at 10x. I mean, the entire AI market is growing, but agentic AI market will be 52.6 billion by 2030. And the overall AI market will be more than $1 trillion by 2030. So this is the speed, this is the growth with which AI is growing. Despite all this, the executives, they are not able to sleep at night. What are the fears that keeping executives up at night? First is bias. What if the AI system discriminates against some community? They don't want to do that because if that happens, there will be lawsuits and there will be legal repercussions, which the companies don't want to get into. Second, hallucination. What if AI confidently gives some outputs, which is not right? And has that happened with you? I know it's I can't see you, but a yes or no, that definitely must have happened with you, that AI gave an answer which was not correct. Third is liability. If something like this happens, who is responsible if AI causes harms? And fourth, compliance. Like there are so many laws and regulations. The executives are worried that what happens if we are not able to follow those laws and regulations, if we fall behind on those laws and regulations. So despite the progress, despite the great things AI can do, the executives are really worried about where the company will grow, where the company will go if something like this happens. So now what are some real world AI risks? So there is this company, Safe Rent Solutions. So what happened that they had an AI tenant screening tool. And what it did was that it was racially discriminating against some minority applicants. And it was not intentional. It was just that the AI tool was trained on the historical data, which did not have minority applications. So it was not supposed to reject them, but then it kind of learned, oh, maybe, this company only provides, rental places to majority communities only. And what was the impact? The impact was $2.3 million fine. There was federal settlement and definitely reputational damage. Next example is of hallucination by an Air Canada agent. So what happened was that a customer wanted to fly and it was a bereavement, somebody died in his family. And then he asked the agent, is there a bereavement discount? And the agent said yes. And it was an AI agent. The agent said yes, there is a bereavement discount. But when that customer went to book the ticket, there was no discount as such. There was no policy as such. And the Air Canada official said, no, there is no such policy. But then the customer said, no, but the agent told me that you provide bereavement discount. And then there was a lawsuit and there was all this fighting going on. And ultimately, there was lawsuit and the fine had to be paid by Air Canada. So these are the things, these are the problems which the AI systems can do, and we have to be aware. We have to know that these have to be managed. And AI has been in place for a long time. I mean, we all know about Turing test. We know about that artificial intelligence term was coined way back in 1956. That is how many years ago? Many years ago. But it kind of but really became popular, and everyone, the common people, came to know about it when ChatGPT came into place. So that was generative AI, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. So what the generative AI does, it responds to prompts. It will create new content, text, images, audio, video, code, and much more. 2023 is when ChatGPT came into place. 2024 was the year of generative AI. People were exploring. 2025, people then started exploring agentic AI. So what is agentic AI? It's AI agents. They act as your digital employees, your digital helpers. They will set goals, they will plan, they will execute, and they will work autonomously. And then now we have agent orchestration, where multiple of these agents are coordinating, delegating, and executing complex tasks. So now that's where we are now, into agent orchestration, and these agents really helping companies grow and do a lot of things which were not possible earlier. But it all, it's very cool, but it also comes with risks. And what happens is that there is error amplification. If there is one bad assumption, it will cascade through all the sub-agents. Speed, the decisions are made at machine speed. Before even we come to know, an agent will buy something, maybe say of $500,000, and then maybe that was not the limit the agent was given. But until you go and find that out, it is too late, because things are happening so fast. Then at this point, there is accountability gap, because there is no clear owner of whom the user, the consumer, should reach out to if something like this happens. And fourth is regulatory blind spot, because the generative AI came, then agents came, then agentic AI came, and the regulators are still catching up. That how do we regulate it? How do we make sure that no harm is caused? How do we make sure that whatever the agent is doing or the AI is doing is in the benefit of the humankind? And it says, like, laws are written for humans. They are not written for autonomous systems. Autonomy is, if there is no accountability, it is a liability. And that's where the AI governance professional comes in. That drives the demand for AI governance professionals. This, we talked about AI, we talked about agents, we talked about agent orchestration. That is definitely demanding the need for AI governance professional. But what else is driving the need for AI governance professionals? First is laws. And the first one, the trendsetter, is EU AI Act. EU AI Act, there's an AI law which makes sure that the AI is following all the rules. So we said that the laws and regulations are catching up, but there are some laws in place already to regulate that AI. And European Union has been the trendsetter in that. They have already have the act in place, which is EU AI Act. It came into force in 2023. Then 2024, something was rolled out. 2025, there were regulations. And in 2026, all the high risk systems, for example, if you have an AI system which can impact the fundamental right of a user, for example, a loan application or a college application AI system, or a system which, a healthcare system which determines the eligibility, whether a person should be given admission in hospital or not. These are the fundamental risk systems. These are the systems which can impact the fundamental rights, and these are called high risk systems. So on August 2nd, there was an enforcement that was going to happen for all these high risk systems, and they were required to have some assessment done. But now that date has moved to next year, December. But no matter what the date is, if you are building a high risk system, you need to make sure that you are taking care of everything, all the due diligence which is required to comply with the regulation. Then the US states are also rolling out regulations. For example, California has a law, Colorado has a law, SB 24, Texas also has a law for AI, and many other states in the US are working on their AI laws. Third thing is that Fortune 500 companies, they are hiring for AI governance roles. And even small companies are hiring for people part-time who can help them make sure that the AI systems they are building are ethical and trustworthy. And fourth is now the corporate boards are asking that, okay, we have these AI systems in our organization, but do we have governance in place? And they are now demanding accountability. Boards are increasingly focused on AI risk management and ethical deployment. So with all this, there is a need of AI governance professional. But what is this? What does an AI governance professional do? First, they create policies. And why do we need policies? So whenever a company is embarking on AI governance route, the first thing is that there should be policy that should say, what AI systems we have, what should these AI systems do, what they should not do, what data should AI systems put in, what data should employees put in these AI systems, and what data they should not put. So at least there should be something, which has the policy that what this AI is required to do in the organization. So the AI governance professional works with various people, legal, business, and also technical people to come up with the AI policies and also update some existing policies. So the company must already be having some data privacy policy, some security policies. So we have to make sure that now these policies are updated for the new AI systems. Second is risk analyst. The AI governance professional has to do the analysis of the risks, and he has to identify and mitigate those risks. So how does it that done? So for example, the AI governance professional has to work with various people to find out if an AI system is in production, what risks can be maybe 1 year from now or from 2 years from now. For example, if we put a hiring system of a AI hiring system in production, it's doing well, but maybe 6 months from now, will it start rejecting applications from women for engineering roles, or will it start rejecting applications from minority communities? So that hat the AI governance professional has to wear to see in the future that what problem can happen 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 2 years from now. And that's where it's important to have good analysis skills. Third is the professional is ethics enforcer. That means she or he makes sure that there is fairness, there is transparency, there is accountability in these AI systems and the outputs of these AI systems. And last is that this person is a regulatory bridge. So the person will translate laws into operational AI guardrails. And what happens with laws is that if you read these documents, these are very dry and it's difficult to understand. But there are some ways in which this is simplified, so you understand what the rules are, what the regulations are in these laws. And I also have a newsletter. I'll stick in my LinkedIn URL. So I have a newsletter where what I try to do is to simplify these laws and also let the audience know that what is coming in the AI legal space. And the AI governance professional actually sits at the intersection of three things. One is AI systems and models. And AI governance professional doesn't have to see what is the weight of the model. They doesn't have to go into those technical details of the model, like whether it was decision tree or what happened inside the model. No, the professional just has to know what does AI system do and what are the output of the models. Then second is human values. The governance professional makes sure that the systems are ethical, there is fairness, there is accountability. And third is regulatory compliance, where the AI governance professional should know that what are the new AI laws in place and coming up. For example, EU AI Act, then there is South Korea Basic AI Act, and then there are these state laws on the US. Then now we talked about laws. Okay, there is EU AI Act, and I kind of threw so many laws. But how do we make sure that we comply with these laws? To help us with that, there are some frameworks and standards. And there, the example of framework is NIST AI Risk Management Framework. So it has all the steps which are required to comply with the law, to make sure that the systems you are building are ethical and trustworthy. NIST is generally used in US. Outside US, there is this ISO, which companies are adopting. And ISO also has a standard ISO 42001, which has all the steps and the checklists required to build ethical AI systems. The market is waiting. Now there are regulations. Now the AI agents and AI systems are causing problem. That means there will be more and more jobs. So in open roles, in last 12 months, there were 40,000 plus open roles, which had the responsibilities of AI governance. The average salary is 145K because it ranges from analyst to C-level. Career growth is 3 times. As AI is growing, agentic AI adoption is growing, definitely the demand for this profession is growing. And salary boost is 40%. So this has actually been research being done by an organization, IAPP, which is International Association of Privacy Professionals. So they have done this research that if somebody does this certification, which is AIGP, AI Governance Professional, the salary increases 40%. So the people who are moving into this field, they are getting hired. And also, this is a requirement regardless of what your role is in the organization. Even if you are a product manager, if you're an AI product manager, definitely you need to know governance. If you are a program manager, you should need governance, you should know governance. So it is not just these new roles which have come up which are of AI governance professionals. In other roles also, if you know AI governance, the chances of you hiring that job and cracking that interview are higher, because then you can talk about how much you know that it is important to build the systems, AI systems, right from the day one. And we did some, search here on LinkedIn. We did the AI governance, AI risk, responsible AI to come up with what job postings are there right now. I mean, this is like just LinkedIn. You can go to Indeed and other job sites to see what these new positions are. Okay, so now how do we ride the wave? We ride the wave by learning about AI governance. What does AI governance entail? First of all, what is AI, very high level, then why do we need governance, then how do we implement governance in the organization. So either you can learn on your own, or there is a certification, AIGP, AI Governance Professional, which gives you an idea of the entire landscape. Then second thing is network. That means, try to find out what systems are companies implementing, and do they have governance in place? Are they aware of the new laws which are coming up? Are they complying with the new laws? And not just externally, but also internally, to try to go to your legal teams, find out, what is keeping them up at night regarding the AI systems. So the more and more you talk to people, which is very important, the more and more insights you will get into how you can help these companies. And I also, so I kind of have a boot camp. I run a boot camp on AI governance professional. And what I advise my cohort participants is that don't think as, somebody who's looking for a job or looking for a consulting opportunity. Think of yourself as somebody who really tries to help these companies. And if you want to help the companies build systems which are trustworthy, you can go to startups, you can go to non-profits and see whether what they are doing as far as AI systems go. Do they have policy in place? So you are an AI governance practitioner from day one. You are not waiting to write your certification or you complete your training to become an AI governance professional. No, you are, because you really want to help people. You really want this AI to help the society in such a way which ultimately is ethical and trustworthy. That AI. Then next is publish articles. So when you learn something, the best way to ingrain that knowledge is to share your knowledge. And if you are writing an article, even if you take the help of, say, Claude or ChatGPT, before publishing it on LinkedIn, Medium, or Substack, you will read it at least 5 times. I mean, I do that. I read it 5 times. But definitely. And if you are reading something 5 times, that means now you're becoming a master of that. I mean, you can talk about that. So that is the thing, which is, writing, publishing articles, sharing knowledge. It kind of helps you grasp that subject. But there is a side effect. And what is that side effect? That if you start posting, if you start writing about any topic, people will see you as a thought leader. Wow. And people, if they see you as thought leader, they will come to you and you will be able to help them. And then again, the byproduct is that you may get a job or consulting gig. But the thing that, yes, you really want to help people, that is going to get opportunity coming to your inbox rather than you following them. Next is practice translation skills. And why is translation skills so important to get into AI governance or to become an AI governance professional? It's because when you're in AI governance, just visualize yourself. You are an AI governance professional, say in a mid-sized company. So you are talking to the legal team, you're talking to business, you are talking to the technical team, and you may have to explain, say, prompt injection to the legal team, or you may have to explain something in EU AI Act to the technical team. So the same concept you have to explain to 3 different type of people. And to be an AI governance professional, whenever you are learning something, what I advise is Start explaining it to somebody. It can be your spouse, it can be your friend. You learn a new concept, say prompt injection, try to explain it to somebody. So that's how you become AI governance professional day one, and you are practicing these skills right from day one. Then next is volunteer for a startup or nonprofit. So while you wait for your paid opportunity, I mean, I said you're an AI governance professional from day one. Start talking to startups, start talking to nonprofits, ask them, what tools are your employees using? Are you aware of what data they are putting in them in those AI tools? Do you have a policy in place? Start volunteering so that you get more and more practical insights into this field. And then next is you leverage your transferable skills. So it's not that you start at the entry level. If you already have 10 years of experience as a project management, leverage those skills. And I'll talk about how you can do that. Your transferable skills and also domain knowledge. So for example, if you already have 10 years of experience in finance or healthcare, then try to look for governance roles and opportunities in the same domain, because that's where you can leverage your strengths and you don't have to start from the scratch. Now the thing is that what is the knowledge which an AI governance professional needs? And I said that you don't need deep technical knowledge, you don't need any coding skills, but what do you need? You first need to know AI fundamentals, the core concepts like what is AI, what are the different type of AI, predictive, generative, agentic, and then what is large language model, small language model. Doesn't require any technical skills. So overall, the AI landscapes. Then second is AI governance principles. For example, how do you implement governance? Why do you need governance? So what are the frameworks? What are the strategy? What are the best practices? What other companies are doing for AI governance? Third is you need to know laws and regulations. So you need to navigate global and regional AI policies, standards, what are the frameworks. And again, I have a LinkedIn newsletter where I try to simplify all this as much as possible. And here also, you're not required to become a lawyer. No, you just need to know what are the AI specific laws. Fourth is you should know if in-house your company is developing AI, how do you implement governance throughout? What do you have to do in the beginning, right before the project kickoff meeting? You have to involve the legal professionals. You have to make sure before even the data touches the AI system, what has to be done in the AI systems and all that. So entire life cycle from planning to design to development to putting the AI system in production and also monitoring this AI system in production, which is very important because that's how the AI system just is in the production. It's learning new data and you have to make sure that continuous monitoring is there. So end-to-end what you need to do. Then next is AI deployment and use. How do you deploy AI applications and how do you make sure that you are monitoring? There are various tools to monitor these AI applications. And then last is ethical AI procurement, where what will happen is that your company will not be developing AI every time. Maybe they just hire it from vendors. And there you have to see what is written in a contract. Because what happened earlier was that in traditional AI systems, the vendor used to just sell their AI and then they used to say, oh, now my job is done, which is not in the case here. Here, even the vendor, which is the provider of the AI application, AI system has obligation. So you have to know what should be in the contract and all that, for which also there are some guidelines. So these are the 6 things, which are the core knowledge areas for AI governance professional. And as I said, your skills already transfer. So if you are a project manager, you know the risk frameworks, you know how to align the stakeholders. If you are a lawyer, you already know, what are the regulations, how to understand the new regulations. If you are a business professional, you already know business and customer requirements. You already know the domain. And you are for a consultant, then you already know how to do cross-functional management. So these are the skills which you already have, transferable skills, in addition to the knowledge which I talked about, will help you get into AI governance profession and also succeed in that. So here, as far as I said, I offer an AI GP certification bootcamp, which gives you the entire, the knowledge of six things which I was talking about. It is launching on April 20th. So we have live classes on Monday and we have repeats on Sunday. And to this group specifically, I would like to offer, a scholarship of 50%. So the promo code is 50 now. I'll share this link if you would like to join. So here we not only talk about what the knowledge you require to know, like the various domains, we also talk about how to develop these skills, which I talked about having, talking to various stakeholders, doing translation and all that, so that ultimately you act like an AI governance professional right from day one. You don't wait for the course to end. And I don't want to talk much about the program because I want to focus on AI governance. I mean, the way we teach is visual. We do real world case studies and it's like 5 weeks and we also help with career transition. Yeah, so that's all I had. This AI governance era, it needs you. And again, I reiterate that you can leverage your past skills, your experience you already have. What you really need to understand is what is the entire landscape of AI governance and how to combine that with your existing skills to venture into this field. And if you don't want to be an AI governance professional, I mean, you feel that you are a project manager, product manager, how having this AI governance knowledge will give you an edge in your current role. Yeah, so that's all I had. Thanks for listening. I'll stop sharing now.
Oh, this was really interesting to know. Something I think most of the AI practitioners or AI builders and learners need to know this. What are the career paths? Thank you so much for doing this. Anyone have any questions? I have few follow-up questions. Okay. Shri.
Hi. Yeah, I don't have a question, but I really wanted to thank you for this beautiful presentation because it was really simple to understand
Yeah.
and to know about AI governance. When I first received when I first saw the post, Padma's post on LinkedIn, I was like, okay, AI governance is really required, and I wanted to know more about it. And uh, uh, I joined, and I felt like it was the right opportunity for me to get into if I really want to transition my career at this point since everyone is like joining this AI bandwagon, and I'm like, okay, I should also try to see if I can help in any possible way. But yeah, AI governance is a good career opportunity, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. It is. And definitely, getting into AI without coding and all that. So that's also something, which is
Yeah.
enticing.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I gave
But
my
yeah, thank you.
LinkedIn. Please follow me. Send
Yes.
me a connection request.
And also, I wanted to thank you for that. I really saw your work with the Drishti Foundation. It is really inspiring.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. I'll surely
Thank
join the
you.
Sure.
boot camp.
Yeah, following up on what Shri said, and then I really liked what you said, Niharika. The act like AI governance professional from day one.
Yeah.
So on that, I just want to know what does that mindset shift look like in practice for someone who is starting tomorrow?
Okay. So, now when we start thinking about AI governance day one, and just take an example, a non-profit. You can because you can easily approach a non-profit. It's not, and they're very open. If you want to help them, they will give information also. Now you just think about this, that what if an employee of a non-profit puts the sensitive data of donors in free chat GPT? Just think
Mhm.
about that. What will happen to the non-profit? The non-profits are already spread so thin. A lawsuit, that non-profit will close. Now, if you think from that perspective that I want to help this person, you become AI governance practitioner day one, and then you have this thing, oh, I have to help this person, and you think from that perspective, then you go and talk to the CEO of the non-profit, and you ask him or her that, are you aware of what data your employees are putting in these free chat tools? Then he may say no. Then you have to tell them that I think you should train your employees and tell them that use these systems, use Claude, use ChatGPT, but don't put sensitive data in that. So when you have this
Mhm.
thing that I have to help that, then it's everything transitions. Then it's like a different mindset altogether.
Right. Yeah, that's the important thing to know, definitely. And one thing that you mentioned about you showed a lot of roles available on LinkedIn and even on other platforms. That's interesting to know. So if someone has to apply to those positions, so how can they reposition their resume on LinkedIn to reflect the transferable skills? You talked about the transferable skills to apply for these kind of roles. So how should they reposition their resume based on those?
Yeah, so then like it's a process. So for example, if you are already a project manager, then do some assignments like this, which I mentioned, reaching out to non-profits.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing, so that you get an idea of practical AI governance implementation, and then also start writing on AI governance on LinkedIn. So that way, then this person, then your hiring manager will know this. The applicant was a project manager, but she's very passionate about AI governance. So then you position yourself for roles which are managing AI governance projects. So that's how you transition. You first leverage your strength, then show AI governance knowledge, and then transition into roles like AI governance program manager, AI governance project manager, AI govern AI. Even if you're an AI product manager, you're required to know AI governance. So with this, you can apply for AI roles. But AI management roles, I mean, technical engineering roles will definitely require more technical knowledge, but AI management roles you can apply with a certification, with a course, and also being present on social media and sharing your knowledge on AI governance.
Interesting. So, from your experience, what do you think? Which role is transitioning faster into this field?
I
From
see
the product, I mean, project, legal, and business. The slide that you mentioned, from all those roles, which one is transitioning faster into the AI governance field?
I feel that AI product managers, legal also, it's like, I think everything. It's many people in the technical team are also transitioning into governance. AI product managers, legal teams are also transitioning into AI governance, also business. So I think it's a mix now, because on the table, when we are evaluating an AI system, we need all the skills. We need people who understand technical. We need also, people from GRC, governance, risk and compliance. They are also like transitioning fast. So they are doing the certification AIGP and transitioning into AI governance.
Interesting. Thank you.
I have one question. So for
Sure.
that AIGP certification, is there any exam that you have to do?
Yeah. So what we do is, we prepare. We have a like 5-week course where we prepare you. We also like tell you about, what this AI governance field is. How do you become an AI governance practitioner? And then after 5 weeks, if you want to take that certification AIGP, it's a separate exam which is offered by IAPP. It's International Association of Privacy Professionals. So I can stick in my phone number also if you have some questions after this, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Niharika, will you be sharing the slide? And I want the barcode, that is QR code that you have given 50% off for this.
Yes. Yeah, I will. I will share. I'll share this. I'll share the slide, and I'm also sticking my email address in.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give the direct link here only in chat only for this. Any other questions? Just feel free to reach out to me. Whether you join or not the bootcamp, we really want you to succeed and make sure that the AI which we are building is ethical.
Definitely. I will personally email the QR code to the ones who had registered and couldn't join. I think they would be definitely benefited from it. Thank you so much for providing that.
Awesome. And anything I can do for your nonprofit, coming and speaking pro bono, I would love to do that.
Definitely. Russ, over to you.
Excellent. No, I just want to say thank you for this. It's such an important topic, and these days with everything moving so quickly, it's often overlooked. So really appreciate you taking the time and sharing. And your boot camp looks exciting, so we'll do what we can to help promote that as well. So thanks again, Niharika.
Thank you.
So do you want to keep it only for this, the people who have registered, or we want to share it with all our followers?
Yeah, you can share it with everyone.
Perfect. Yes. All right. If we don't have any other questions, I think we can wind up. Thank you so much, Niharika, once again for leading such an interesting topic. And good luck with your bootcamp. I'm sure a lot of people will be quite interested in this. And then it's an up topic right now. Now that I heard what you were trying to say, I think this is really an interesting topic. I'll try to dig deeper into this. Thank you so much. Have a great, wonderful day. And see you guys in the next Future World Conversations.
And thanks to Deepti, thanks Ross, thanks Padma, thank you everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thanks
everyone. Take care.
Thank
Happy
you.
Friday.